Good morning, evening, dusk, and dawn, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Squid, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be playing the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 3 that released earlier this month, which is very exciting. I'm very excited about this. I loved the Game of Thrones mod in Crusader Kings 2, and I look forward to being able to relive it in 3. Now, just as a bit of a disclaimer, I am currently working off of a new microphone and off a new system and software, so I'm going to be a little bit rusty on this. So if there's any audio issues, please do let me know in the comments, but also please do bear with. Um, they probably won't be resolved until like the third or fourth episode, if we get that far, because I'm recording these in a batch. So yes, we're going to be playing the Game of Thrones mod. Just nervous about music levels. I hopefully this will be okay. Let's start a new game. We're going to start at the beginning of Robert's rebellion on the 15th of the ninth moon, 282 years after King Aegon's original conquest of the Iron Throne. So for a bit of context, then we're looking at the year of the false spring has passed, and winter is coming. And along with it, a spark that will ignite the Seven Kingdoms. Rhaegar Targaryen, heir to the Iron Throne, has kidnapped Lyanna Stark, daughter of the Warden of the North, and betrothed to the Lord Paramount of the Stormlands, Robert Baratheon. When her brother Brandon Stark rode south demanding redress for her abduction, the Mad King Aerys II Targaryen denied him a fair hearing, brutally executing him alongside his father. But when the Mad King called for the heads of the young lords Eddard Stark and Robert Baratheon, Lord Jon Arryn of the Vale instead raised his banner in rebellion. As fighting spreads across Westeros like wildfire, it is up to you to decide the fate of the kingdom. When you play the Game of Thrones, you either win or you die. So, we're not actually going to be playing anyone major. We're going to be playing in a small region in the Riverlands. We're going to be playing his good old King Aerys II, the Mad King of the Iron Throne. We're going to be playing, if this is informing, we're going to play this person. We're going to be playing Lord Lymon or Lymon. I'm going to go with Lymon. Lord Lymon of Trident's Mouth. Now, Trident's Mouth is this region here, within the Riverlands, as represented here. We're going to be playing as this person. I feel like it's a very interesting position for a character to be in terms of territory. You know, you're at this cusp, right? You're kind of the barrier between the south of the kingdom and the north. I say kingdom as in the Iron Throne. Obviously, in game terms, that's an empire. But you know, you've got the Riverlands as a whole here, and obviously there is Maidenpool down here, which we may look to expand into if given the opportunity. But kind of Maidenpool and Trident's Mouth, kind of both. They're kind of that bridge between the Crown Lands of the Targaryens and the and reaching around the mountains here in the Vale. So I think it's just a really interesting area to play from a geographical standpoint. But yeah, I'm going to be quite interested. We're not going to make our own character. I think we're going to be, you know, in the High Lordship of Trident's Mouth here with Lord Lymon, as I said, 45 years old. His heir is Daemon. of House Darry. Yeah, let's see what we can get up to. We do have some vassals, it looks like, which is fine. Me, it looks like we probably hold. Yeah, from the looks of it, it kind of feels like we probably only hold the land of Darry ourselves. But that's fine. Let's start. See what we can get up to. So here we are. So I've not played this mod yet. This is my first experience in the mod. So please do bear with me as... Oh man, you can see they've got plans. They've got very, very big plans for the mod. Oh, also, that reminds... Does the... Still, like, is it still like a place you can play? It is. Lord Gilbert of Lonely Light. Fearless Maniac. Excellent stuff. Answering to Lord Paramount. Quellan of the Iron Islands. Okay. So, Robert's Rebellion. Literally, or sorry, War of the Usurper, as it should be known, started yesterday, the 14th of 9th moon, AC 282. Westeros is in complete and utter civil war. It looks as though the heart of the Crown Lands, the Reach and Dawn have all sided with King Aerys. They've sided with the Targaryens. Also, small fractions, ourselves included, from the themes of it, of the Riverlands, the Vale, and the Stormlands have also broken through. It seems that the Crossing, ruler of the Crossing here, has declared it complete neutrality in this war, which is interesting to see. And then, of course, we have Tywin Lannister, who has yet to claim a who is yet to claim a side in this war. The deciding factor, I feel like. I remember in CK2's version of this mod, if Tywin joined the Iron Throne won. If he joined Robert won. It was really interesting, but that's not really a concern for us. We do also hold the territory of Spiderwood. Is Spiderwood going to be claimed by our... It is. Excellent. That's good. So let's get to know our character, Lord Lymon. So Lord Lymon here, obviously being a default character, born 1st of January, or 1st of First Moon. We were born 237 AC. That's the years since Aegon's conquest. That's all completely fine. So let's see what kind of person we are. We're allies with someone. We are allied to... we're actually allies with Lord Walder of the Crossing, the neutral participant in the Riverlands. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. A lot of things up here that we'll get to in time. I am technically directly involved in this war. Sounds of it. Yes, I am actually like actively participating in this war, so I will try and see if there's anything I can do, but with only 2,500 forces in a war of this size, I feel like we're going to try and be more of like a opportunistic skirmish force. Let's see what we kind of are here. So we do have a military mind. We are an incompetent commander, but a commander nonetheless. We're a trained fighter, a knight. We were knighted and sworn before the eyes of gods and men to defend those who cannot defend themselves. Interesting. So we are a knight, but we're also a craven. Interesting. So poor prowess, but good martial. Very, very intriguing. We're directly answering to the Mad King because our original liege, Lord Paramount Hoster Tully, is taking part in this war of this rebel down here, this Baratheon dude down over in the Stormlands. There he is. He's apparently over here. Oh, he is. Is Lord Paramount Robert, John, and Eddard. They're all sat here in Goodswell right now, probably looking to launch an attack on Grafton's Holdfast. So Gulltown. Very, very interesting. So, we're wrathful, craven, and content. So we're not going to be looking for massive political pushes and plays with this particular character. We're very content with what we're doing, and that's perfectly fine. We are actively participating in the War of the Usurper. That, again, is fine. We are married. We're married to Lady Amaray, a lowborn, so not anyone of any particular renown. Speaking of, we are noteworthy. We're actually soon to be reputable. Interesting. So, yeah, we have our spouse there. She has, I assume, bore all of our children. It seems she has. We have, of course, our heir, a mastermind philosopher. Very much a theologian, it seems, but a skilled fighter as well, and a knight. So Sir Daemon here is very much going to be partaking in kind of the in the war, I think, more so than myself. I think I'll sort of sit at home at in Darry. What's Castle Darry? And then we'll sort of let Daemon sort of take reign there. Daemon has also had a son, though the son is a bastard, unfortunately. It was born out of wedlock. We don't even know who the mother is. Called Willem Rivers. Rivers is the Riverland bastard name, isn't it? Just like how Snow is the one for the... And I don't know what the others are. Okay, Willem Rivers. Illegitimate as well, so would not inherit anything, as far as I understand. That's okay. Our other children... Oh, we do also have two siblings. Apologies. We have Jonathan, and we have Willem as well. Seems that... Oh, Willem. Willem. Willem is unfortunately not in my court, but I could invite him. That music suddenly got extremely loud. That was a bit loud there, Game of Thrones mod. So I think in this time of civil war and this time of strife within the land, I think it would be very sensible that Lymon is kind of writing to his brother, who appears to be in King's Landing, and saying, look, come home, lead the armies, we need you. And that's what he's hopefully going to do. My other brother is also a skilled commander. He unfortunately would not, because he's actually a Kingsguard. My brother is a member of the Kingsguard. Jonathan has donned the white cloak and serves in the Kingsguard. That's pretty amazing. He guards the king. Wonderful stuff. My other brother doesn't do that. He's the Master at Arms. Ah, I see. The Master at Arms being the marshals. Yes. So my brother is Master at Arms. I'm assuming he'd have to resign his post in order to come home. But that is okay. So we have our own stuff. We've got got our Duchess, of course. We've got the Chancellor, the Steward, the Castellan, Spy Master, the Marshal, the Admiral, and the Septon. Oh, Septon, sorry. So the Septon is the Realm Priest. They seem to do the normal priesty stuff. Castellan seems to kind of be more of an administrative position. I've clicked that button. I don't know what that would do. But yes, so that's all good. So yeah, as mentioned, we have two territories. We pull them up here. So both of them making some decent money. We can probably invest a bit more there. I feel like Lymon's the kind of character who will be more one for investing in the territory he already owns. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's have a look at the... We can petition our liege. I'm not going to do that. Choose patron aspect. Ah, of course. So, we have Faith of the Seven. There's also the Old Gods. There is the Drowned God. There is Old Gods of the Vale. There's Frozen Shore Old Gods and Far Northern Old Gods. Cold Gods and Ragnarok. So, there's also appears to be Lady of the Waves. Interesting. So we can actually go to patron aspects here. And we can look at picking something here to give us sort of a bonus. Let's have a look. I'm thinking, considering the situation we're currently in, this is going to be affecting us. Bear in mind. So, I'm thinking that we kind of want more of a, leave the fighting to our brothers and our son. We need to focus more on the ruling at home. So, for that reason, I think we're going to take the Smith, which gives us +1 to our stewardship, -1 to our learning, and then some there. So in terms of our lifestyle, does it make sense for us to go down the martial focus? We're already a strategist, it seems, or we're about to be a strategist. We are a strategist. So I feel like, yeah, this character's very much dedicated their life to this, so I think that's the way it's going to stay. I don't know. Will they be dreadful? Yes, because they are wrathful. Well, in that case, we'll take authority. And we'll look to... I think we'll look to kind of pushing for... Pushing for probably either Gallant or Overseer next. I think Overseer makes more sense. We'll go down for Overseer. That is all fine there. So our heir is not married, but we do know that he had a child out of wedlock. One thing we may want to look at is maintaining this alliance we have with the Crossing. Something else we could look to do is building up a relation with High Lordship of Willowwood. However, it does look like Lord Roger here, his sister is already married to Lord Jeremy of Lakehaven, which is over here. There's a very interconnected kind of situation going on here. So maybe something we may want to look at is the the High Lordship of Maidenpool. But it doesn't look as though there's anything really good going on there. So, let's see what options we have available to us. I think that, more so than anything at the moment, we kind of just want someone that would be good for a Lannister. Interesting. I feel like, yeah, prestige gain is a good one. Now remember, our heir, our son, Daemon, is 21, so we don't want to really go... Now Pera here, very much theologian-minded, just like our son. She's a skilled tactician, that would be quite helpful. She would be able to give some of the martial scores to Daemon upon his rulership. She's also content, so we wouldn't have to worry too much there. She is also a member of the Arryns, which would be very, very interesting. I think we take it. I think we say, yes, we want to marry Daemon to Hera. Hera looks to be the sister of the Lord of the Port of Arryn over here, which is fine. Yeah, let's send that off. It'd be good to get our son married. In terms of our other things, so I'm in line to inherit some titles. What am I in line to inherit? Nah, nothing. My son is also my Chancellor, my son and my Knight, son and Admiral. Okay. I'm wondering if it's possible that we get some marriages with the people that are under us. So Danielle here, we could marry to Raymond, our son, and the Admiral. That would achieve an alliance, meaning that we don't have to worry about the threat of rebellion. I think that's a great idea. She's got a very good diplomacy score as well, so that'd be a very good thing to have in our family. Yeah, you can marry Raymond. I'm happy for that. Let's see about here in the Riverbend. Doesn't look like we have any chance there in Riverbend. I mean, thankfully, Riverbend seems to like us anyway. Let's have a look at Stillside. Stillside, again, fortunately, no. Let's see. Unfortunately not. So we've got one of us, two of our sons here are now going to marry. We've got Daemon and Raymond. Desmond and Roland. Maybe we marry Roland to you if you're not. Yes. Indeed. We do already have an alliance, but in case anything happens that would break that alliance, we'd still have it maintaining through here. So that's all fine. So let's send that proposal. And then that just leaves our son, Desmond. Golden Tooth. Golden Tooth. A Golden Tooth seems to be over in it's over in the Westerlands, which is kind of a shame. We'll wait and see what comes up for him. I think. Oh gosh, we're 20 odd minutes into the video and I've not even unpaused yet. That's not good. Let's turn the music back up and just hope that we don't have that issue with the music spiking again. But anyway, so let's reduce the game speed just a little bit. We want to see what's happening, what these early moves are going to be. Within sort of our own political moving. So I know I said we're not going to do much in actual, like, political power gain. That's true, but it doesn't mean we can't maintain the friendships and alliances we've got. So let's look at our council. Looks like yeah, so this ocean here is the Bay of Crabs and Trident. Thing. Take a vow of poverty. Interesting. I think this works. My liege not be able to appoint me as his captain or commander. I think this is fine because we're a Craven, right? So that makes sense. So we're gonna say, whoa, this war's broken out. It's really big. I'm just not ready for that. So we'll see how that works out. In terms of our men at arms, we have 300 riverbows, and we have 10 trebuchets. I think we're fine to do some further developing here. I think we got the riverbows, which I mean, it shows them as being yeah, they are archers. They're good with pretty much all of the bad terrains. They counter skirmishers. So some crossbowmen wouldn't be too bad. But I also think some armored footmen would be good. I think we do that, and we do do this. So we're going to build up 200 more units with the outbreak of the conflict, and I think, yeah, once we'll save up a bit of money, and then once we can, we'll upgrade this one a third time, get another 100 going, and then I think that would be quite worthwhile. All of these are as they should be, right? So yeah, we got Baratheon to get Dark, Tully, Lannister. Okay. Interesting. So I think it's time to finally unpause. We've done all of our prep. We know our character, what he's like. So let's move on and see about... I'm going to unpause and see what happens. Just going to pause again, see if anything's changed. Doesn't look like it. This island down here. Ah, the Arbor, of course. Oh, it would appear that Jon and Eddard are following Robert, who seems to be moving away from Gulltown. Moving more towards, back to friendly territory, I suppose. Thank Barristan Selmy is gathering troops in the Red Keep. Interesting. Let's wait to hear from our brother. What we may want to do once we've done that is see if we can actually do a little bit of minor raiding here in more of the surrounding area of the Riverlands. Sort of see if we can't do some damage, especially here in Harrenhal. We can kind of cause a little bit of mayhem and mischief there for them. That would be kind of fun. But we're not looking to pick a fight with anyone. We would lose a confrontation. Let's see when my brother's going to arrive, or answer my letter at least. There we go. It took a little while, but he's finally arrived. I think it's fine to immediately wish for him to become a knight. He's going to be a knight, you're a knight, that's fine, you're allowed. Okay. There's some people here that I think I should definitely forbid from being knights. Those being anyone with a prowess score of less than. When does it start becoming good? Is it 13? Yeah. So anyone with less than 13 we want to forbid. If it's possible. Okay, so my brother has arrived, that's good. It would be also quite beneficial if we could get him to... My brother arriving would be interesting because he would make both a good marshal or a good... or a good admiral. Now, whereas Lord Richard here is my vassal, Raymond is just my son. He's not got any land or anything like that, so I think it's fine to reassign my brother to be my new admiral. I'm gonna do that. Kind of a like a thank you for coming home kind of thing. You know, he was doing a lot of work. Do a supply duration and got move speed. I think I'd rather the domain tax and the supply capacity for the moment, so let's protect trade instead. Oh, I see. So depending on what mission you give them, it changes what they do. That's really interesting. I quite like that. So this is a much more stewardship skill. This is a martial skill. Okay, so we'll stick with the martial skill for now then. That's perfectly fine. I didn't realize that was the case. Does that do that for any other? Yeah, so martial learning and diplomacy all here. So, I think it'd be very good if we could have... So martial affects our levy, right? So if we could have assistance with... matters of war, especially considering the current situation. Excellent. That sounds good to me. So let's, not endorsed by my septum. So let's try and sway there if we can. To the thoughtful Lymon, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. Your son Roland and my daughter Jane will be joined in a holy matrimony with the seven who are one, and grant them long life and many children. So, we've also now formed an alliance with Lord Creighton. He was the one in the Port of Arryn over here, which is now thankfully no longer under threat by the rebelling forces. And bearing in mind, considering we picked a character that I thought was interesting and they've already chosen their side in this rebellion, I'm going to be role-playing anything I can to assist with that. I can also see that looks like forces from the northern Lord Willowwood is also starting to raise, so it'd be good if we could maybe we raise our forces now and make a push on Ferry Bridge. See if we can't sort of try and like cut supply between the north and the south here of the Riverland. They'd have to go all the way around because it wouldn't be safe to go through here anymore. Not that that's actually how it works, but roleplay. Okay. Excellent. So my son in a few years will marry Danielle of House Cox. Once it ticks the new month, I think we're just going to raise the army. Okay, let's raise our forces. I would rather not be the one in charge. Apparently, I'm really good commander. My martial skill... I'm leading my own soldiers. Oh, I see. So +5 because I'm leading my own soldiers. Otherwise, I'd only be a 14, which would still be the best. Interesting. Interesting. So my brother and others will still be leading as knights. So that's not too much of a concern. Fine. Let's raise the forces and let's see if we can't strike Ferrybridge, with the idea being to put pressure on Harrenhal here. It's probably pronounced Harrenhal. I apologize, but yeah, let's see what we can do. See if we can help the Targaryens in the war effort. So we're gonna move on to Ferrybridge once we've finished gathering. It'll take us 3 days. Okay, looks like you're moving down south to meet up with the army of Pool Guard, led by Lothar. Just some lowborn courtier of Lord Raymond. Of Maidenpool. That's the Maidenpool army then. Sick. I think it'd be good if we could all kind of gather together, actually. If there's any chance that these guys might look to... might be looking to like join with us at Castle Darry, that'd be kind of cool. Then we can march on Ferrybridge together. I wouldn't mind that. Looks like they're going... Interesting. Ah, good. So we're all kind of working together here. They're hitting Rushfield, I'm hitting Ferrybridge. That's going to take us about 4 to 7 months total. We do have the Riverlands army move, which is not ideal. Having said that, we also have armies from the Red Keep moving this way. We may actually be involved in quite a major battle here. I don't know if I was expecting it to be such a major battle, but that's just kind of the way it's now turning out. They could also be trying to avoid us, because the Red Keep forces have arrived. Which honestly is fine with me. I'm okay if that means that we can... And excellent, just like I hoped. We have ourselves Lake Haven, Maidenpool, and Willow armies all here, which is nice to see. We're all kind of working together here. You know, just applying a little bit of pressure here, which I'm sure Lord Walter of the of Harrenhal is not going to be a fan of. But hey, he shouldn't have picked the wrong side in the war. Like our allies are splitting off. But that should not be too much of a concern. Just keeping an eye out, we're still safe. No major battles yet, I don't think. Have there been any massively major battles? No. We did have a battle in Gulltown. Looks like Gulltown, Checker Wing. Yeah, Gulltown, Checker Wing, and Wellwind. Which I'm not 100% sure where they are. Looks like so far the Lannisters have still refused to take a side. If it stays that way, then I'm sure this war could go either way. The Targaryens have more soldiers by a considerable margin, but it's just whether or not they can actually maintain that. I'm keeping it on a nice low speed just because we're kind of dealing with a very micro situation within this war. Like, this war spans the entire continent. You know, there's battles going on here. But, you know, we're very much focused on one tile element, so I kind of want to keep that element of micro kind of going. We're approaching the end of the year as well. It looks like the rebellion is very, very slightly winning, but not by an incredible margin. The winsome Lord Lymon, your oxen neck is the rock I cling to in stormy seas. I really want to sniff your breeches. I may know how you smell, you and me together forever. These lines are but a bleak reflection of my feelings for you. I will do anything to prove my loyal affections. Signed, Era. Interesting. So Pera, the recently the newlywed spouse of my son Daemon, my heir, is trying to romance. How very, very interesting. Now, what would my character how would my character react to this? You think we're in the midst of war? You know, he's in the siege camps currently in Ferrybridge, and you know, he's not terribly far from Castle Darry, but he's definitely far in the grand scheme of things. And it's a case of, well, how would he actually take this? What would his reaction to this be? Very interesting. So, my son loves me. I'm assuming I love my son as well. But he did have an illegitimate child with a woman that I still don't know the name of. So I'm angry at that, but because I'm angry at that, would I want to... I mean, me and Pero are both contented, you know, but my character is a craven, but he's also wrathful. What would he do in this situation? What about my wife? My wife is okay with me. There's a better opinion here between myself and Pera than there is myself and my wife. But my wife having had so many children with me, I think I'm going to say that we're going to abandon this foolish endeavor. I think that's the right move. Yeah. Sorry that took so long to decide. I was trying to think what the character would do. So we are a few months in now to this siege. Looks like we've got at least another 5 more months minimum. Well, at most, rather, not minimum. We do have a separation here. We've got... Looks like Jon and Eddard's forces are over here still. Where's Robert? Where's Baratheon? He down here. Stannis is down here. Seems like there is a large battle going on here between Richard Hawpe and Prince Doran, the leader of Dorne himself. Very interesting. Our Faybridge campaign continues. Powerful vassals. Powerful vassals expect council. Hillside. He demands a council position. He's good at diplomacy. Better at diplomacy than man. Okay, Lord Axel. If we have the Castellan preside over the council, and then we put Lord Axel of Stillside in charge. Good. No longer preside over the council. So instead you are... Oh, you can preside over the council. Okay, strange. Excellent. That's giving us a nice increase to our splendor. Family members can get married. My brother. Willem isn't married. This. Ooh, an alliance with the enemy. Or an alliance over here. My lordship of Windwater Forest. Yeah, we'll let my brother marry. That seems fine. And it seems that War of the Usurper remains, 5 months in, remains relatively balanced. Slight 8% advantage to the attackers currently, but they are outnumbered by a great margin. 13,000 troops less than us. There seems to be activity to the north. Within our realm, actually, we can see Robert Baratheon himself, along with Eddard, Brynden, Lord Paramount John. They're all moving south, which could be worrying for our small skirmish force in Fabridge. And for Lord Lymon himself. But, looking at the time, we're going to put a cut in here. So, hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry that it took like 20-30 minutes for us to actually unpause. But, you know, there's a lot to take in, there's a lot to go through. The next episode, we will continue to see what will happen with this war, see what's happening with the march of the rebels near sort of Marestone and Riverbend, and see what's happening over there. But for now, yeah, I'm going to put a cut in here. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.